modern warfare is now fought on the backs of civilians, innocent men, women, and children, and no longer on the backs of uniformed armies. In 1996, the United Nations issued a report titled "The Impact of Armed Conflict on Children." That report states that the proportion of war victims who are civilians has dramatically increased in recent decades from 5% to over 90%, and half of these victims are children. Let me be amongst those who raised the question whether increasing troop strength in areas of conflict is the way to win the hearts and minds of the people caught in the battles of war. To this question, I would say no, it is not. It is clear from all the data available that escalation as a tactic to reduce civilian casualties simply does not work. No escalation of military troops has been followed by an overall decline in civilian casualties in the following year. According to the United Nations mission in Afghanistan, the number of civilians killed in Afghanistan jumped by nearly 40% last year, according to a report released in February of 2009. Over 2,100 civilians were killed in Afghanistan in 2008, compared with just over 1,500 in 2007. This dramatic increase in civilian deaths, despite an increase of 8,000 troops between 2007 and 2008. Simply stated, any increase in the U.S. military presence in areas of war, such as Afghanistan, will bring about an increase in military activity, which will bring about an increase in the death of civilians, which will bring about the death of so many more innocent children. If General Stanley McChrystal, commander of U.S. and NATO forces in Afghanistan, truly wants to protect Afghan civilians, as he has stated publicly, and if Defense Secretary Robert Gates and President Obama want to do all they can to protect civilians, the Children's Theater for Peace urges President Obama, Secretary Gates, and General McChrystal to slowly and carefully look at the data available before embarking on increased U.S. military involvement in Afghanistan. Let us all be hopeful that the tragic scenes of civilians killed, innocent men, women, and children, will soon end, and that the U.S. military has finally learned that you don't win the hearts and minds of the people of a nation by killing its civilian population, its children, its future.